All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me let this last couple of people in here. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Wrapped up first semester, right? That's super nice. We're halfway through the year. Today starts basically um, a fresh cutoff of last semester versus this semester. If last semester didn't go well for you, hopefully what you're doing is you are reflecting on what happened last semester in whichever class, all your classes, one of your classes, whatever. Reflect on why that may have went bad or reflect on why it went good. I think in both situations, you should pretty much always do a daily reflection on kind of how your day went, what happened in your day, why things went a certain way. And hopefully you have somebody that you can bounce that information off to, friends, grandparents, parents, brother, sister, whatever. Hopefully you can kind of use those people and kind of share that information and just get some feedback and make sure you're on the right track. For me, I just want to give you a couple pieces of advice. If you did good last semester, keep it going. Obviously, you figured it out. This is a different environment. Everybody knows that. I think everybody's sick of hearing it, right? When we're in school on a normal school year, as of pre-March of 2020, you handle that differently than you do now, right? Now you have a little more responsibility on your shoulder as a student to stay on top of your stuff. You're not physically going to class and checking in and sitting in front of a teacher, and the teacher's not making sure you're working, things like that. You have that accountability aspect that you didn't have before, before March. So make sure that you are setting up a schedule. You have some sort of organizational tool to keep you successful. That can look like, we've talked about it, a bunch of different ways. You could just keep a list of running assignments with due dates on your desk or on your computer or whatever, right? On your phone. And just stay on top of that. You can keep a calendar, like the school calendars are free, right? You can download a calendar and print it off. You can go pick one up from school as well. And then you could write out, what you have scheduled. If you say you want to dedicate Mondays and Wednesdays to math, then just write that on your schedule and make sure that that gets done, right? You don't go out and, mess around. You don't go hang out with friends. You don't go take a nap until that stuff's done. Okay. So hopefully people have some sort of organizational tool that they found helpful during first semester. If you don't have something like that, like a list, just a basic white sheet of paper where you could write down the assignments that you have due for the week or upcoming assignments, I would strongly encourage you to do that. Now with our class, you could turn in anything up until the end of the school year, which is June 23rd. Just like I said at the beginning of this whole thing, I don't recommend that because the more behind you get, the more lost you're going to get, and it's going to be harder and harder to get caught back up. I still strongly encourage everybody to stick with the assigned due dates every Sunday. That way you can stay on top of material. And when it comes time to test, you're not behind, and now you have 3 weeks of work to catch up on. Don't put yourself into a corner like that. So make sure you're staying on top of things. The other thing I really want to promote with you guys, and I'll start bringing up Zoom here or Canvas, is communication with me. That also means checking your email. I know we've talked about this a bunch of times as well, but if you're not checking your email, you should be on a daily basis, maybe before first period every morning, right? Before first and fourth period, go in, check your email, make sure teachers haven't communicated with you or are trying to share information with you. Make sure you stay on top of checking those emails. I think my oldest son that's at Thurston, he had something like, I want to say it was like 1,000 emails in his account. So he's not doing a very good job at that. So I'm always on top of him. Did you check your email? Are you doing that? Because that's the only way teachers can communicate with you. All right. So those two things, set yourself up for success by communicating with your teacher, reaching out to them if you need help, reaching out to them if you're confused, reading their emails, and then setting yourself up with a schedule or at least a running list of assignments that are coming up due. That way you don't get behind. All right. So we are now over in semester 2. So we are in the semester 2 Canvas class. I still have this here. I know we talked about this, but this is all I put there. All Zoom recordings of class can be found in the module for the respective week. So basically, once I upload this recording of today's video, I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. So I'm going to upload those videos down here. So I'll just leave this here in case people aren't paying attention during class or don't come to Zoom meetings very often. That way, when they try to reference those videos, they'll know to go down here to each week. All right, and then for this week, this is due on Valentine's Day Sunday, multiplying and dividing rational expressions. Of course, all the same stuff is here, interactive textbook with the link to Envision, as well as the pages we're on, the practice problems I'm asking you to do. And those practice problems are the same problems that I'm going through in my video tutorial. So part 1 and part 2, this is just another screw up. I looked down at my screen and I saw that it was paused, and I don't know when it got paused, so I had to end it and restart it. So parts 1 and 2 are just the actual introduction to the lesson, the vocab, the examples, all that kind of stuff. Part 3 are the practice problems. So if you want some help with these practice problems right here, just take a look at part 3 of this video tutorial. Then the extra practice, if you need some more practice, so you want to just have some fresh problems to do. Vocab and concepts in the check-in are there and available to you. So make sure you knock those out by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. And then also this solutions manual is here, as well as the video tutorial to just kind of support you. If you don't want to watch these boring videos, I get it. Just make sure you have the solutions manual open. Like I said, I always reference my son because he's in Algebra 2 as well. He was doing his problems for the week, and I just encourage him to have that solutions manual open, and it was answering a lot of his questions for him. So have that open while you're doing those practice problems. The last thing that I want to say, just because I'm getting more and more questions about it, this vocab and concepts, I'm creating that each week, and that is coming directly from the textbook. So if you have questions about the way things are worded, or you inputted an answer and it's not marking it correct, by all means, I could have screwed something up. So don't feel like you can't reach out to me. But what I would encourage you to do first is make sure you have 4.3 open in the book, and you look for that piece of the chapter, right? The piece of the lesson that deals with whatever the question's talking about. Because like I said, the questions inside vocab and concepts is coming directly from that lesson part of your 4.3. So, all right, I'm gonna stop sharing, let the late people in. Feel free to unmute yourself with questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chapman. Have a great day.
Oh, you got any questions for me, Liam?
Not right now.
You taking off? Okay, let me share one more thing with everybody before we take off real quick. Before you take off, remember, use the next, 37 minutes to dive into math and start taking care of that. That is a dedicated time for math. If you need me, just email me. We'll hop back on our Zoom call. All right, Liam, we'll see you, man. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Have a great rest of your day, Mr. Chapman.
Thanks, Noah. You too. Hey, Leah, Vasago, Ashley, questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Hi, Prayton. I went ahead and wrapped everything up, so I'm going to upload this video in just a couple minutes after we wrap up. Do you have any questions for me, though? Cool. See ya.